Imagine a 50-ton steel beast, the deafening roar of its tracks crushing the earth, and the heavy, unmistakable scent of diesel fuel filling the battlefield. It can push through the absolute worst environments you can fathom, whether that's knee-deep, churning mud, a blinding winter blizzard, or the suffocating dust of a desert storm, and pack enough firepower to punch through almost any armor on the planet in a fraction of a second. You might think I'm describing a fictional super tank from a sci-fi movie, but in the real world, this is the closest definition of Russia's top-tier main battle tank that currently has the whole world watching. Hey everyone, Mike here. Today, we're diving deep into the absolute cutting edge of military technology to explore the T-90MS, also known as the Tagil. This isn't just a block of steel with a massive gun attached to it. It is the absolute apex of the T-Series evolution. It's a machine designed to eliminate every blind spot, plug every historical vulnerability, and combine the absolute best of Russian defensive and offensive technology. Why is this tank considered one of the deadliest trump cards in modern warfare? And how exactly was it built to avenge the fatal flaws of its predecessors? Today, we've got the answers. Now, before we experience the sheer brutality of the Tagil, we have to understand where it came from and why it was built in the first place. If we look back at the Russian tank production lines, the original T-90 was incredibly powerful, heavily armed, and produced in massive numbers. But its capabilities really started to be fiercely questioned when it had to face modern, highly advanced anti-tank weapons. We've all seen the infamous, terrifying footage of Eastern Bloc tanks suffering catastrophic explosions, where the entire turret gets blown completely off the hull and thrown stories into the air. This is known in the West as the jack-in-the-box effect, and it became a massive, undeniable headache for Russian engineers. Modern warfare, filled with top-attack missiles that strike the weakest roof armor, and complex urban combat where threats come from 360 degrees, forced them to completely scrap their old design philosophy. They realized they couldn't just take an old tank, swap the engine, and slap on some extra reactive armor panels as a band-aid. They had to entirely re-engineer the core concept of battlefield survivability from the ground up. The T-90MS, where the MS stands for modernized, is essentially a rebirth. It's fiercer, it's significantly deadlier, and most importantly, it was born to permanently silence the critics of the Russian T-Series tanks. The very first thing that catches your eye when you look at the T-90MS is the radically different shape of its turret. Gone is the traditional, rounded, dome-like shape that defined Russian tanks for decades. It is now completely covered in an advanced explosive reactive armor called Relikt, giving it an aggressive wedge-like geometric profile. This armor is the ultimate highlight that turns the Tagil into a moving fortress. And Relikt doesn't just passively absorb impacts like a sponge, it's highly active. It works by firing two heavy steel plates in opposite directions upon impact. If a tungsten APF-SDS kinetic energy penetrator comes flying in at supersonic speeds, those sliding plates will literally shear, snap, and deflect the incoming dart, shattering its penetrating power. And if it's hit by a modern anti-tank guided missile with a tandem charge warhead, Relikt is designed to prematurely detonate that precursor charge, rendering the main warhead virtually useless against the base armor underneath. Even better, the engineers finally addressed the legendary fatal flaw of this tank family: ammunition storage. In the past, all the ammo was stored together in an open carousel right underneath the turret. A single penetrating hit into the fighting compartment would instantly vaporize the crew. But on the T-90MS, a large portion of the highly volatile reserve ammunition has been relocated to a separate box-like compartment in the rear of the bustle. This compartment is totally isolated from the crew cabin and features specially designed blowout panels on the roof. If this ammo rack gets hit and ignites, all the explosive force and fire are vented safely upwards and outwards into the atmosphere. The crew inside won't be cooked alive. This isn't just a technical upgrade, It's a massive psychological boost for the tankers, giving them a real chance to survive a direct hit, bail out, and make it home to their families. This massive upgrade in crew survivability is exactly why Western militaries are watching this tank so closely. But as the saying goes, you don't win wars with just heavy armor and survival gear. Raw, unrelenting destructive power is what dictates the winner. The T-90MS is armed with an advanced 125mm smoothbore gun, designated the 2A46M5. It's built with high-grade alloys to handle significantly higher chamber pressure. What does that mean in combat? It means it fires tighter groupings, boasts surgical accuracy at long ranges, and has a significantly longer barrel life before needing replacement. This gun can fire a wide variety of ammunition to handle any threat, from high-explosive fragmentation rounds for infantry and bunkers to advanced kinetic penetrators. Crucially, it can also fire laser-guided anti-tank missiles directly through the barrel, allowing the Tagil to effectively snipe enemy armor and low-flying helicopters from up to 5 kilometers away, distances far beyond the effective engagement range of a standard conventional tank gun. But the real secret behind its pinpoint accuracy isn't just the gun hardware, it's the brain controlling it. The next-generation fire control system, known as Kalina, turns the Tagil into a fully digital networked hunter. Both the commander and the gunner get independent, high-resolution thermal imaging sights equipped with automatic target tracking. Picture this workflow in the heat of battle. The commander spots a heat signature hiding in the tree line. The gunner simply marks the target on their screen. Instantly, the onboard digital computer calculates the target's movement speed, the crosswind direction, the barometric temperature, and the tank's own speed and pitch. It keeps the turret locked dead center on the target, perfectly compensating for every bump, even while the tank is jumping over rough terrain at 40 miles per hour. This gives the tank true hunter-killer capability. The commander can actively search the horizon, find target number 2, queue it up, and the moment the gunner pulls the trigger to destroy target number 1, the turret automatically snaps to the second threat. It massively cuts down the time between engagements and drastically increases their lethality on a target-rich battlefield. Beyond heavy armor and an accurate gun, mobility is the final pillar of the survivability onion that dictates life or death. The beating heart of the Tagil is the V92S2F turbocharged V12 diesel engine, cranking out a massive 1,130 horsepower. Pushing a combat weight of just 48 tons, it gives the tank an exceptional power-to-weight ratio. This beast can accelerate rapidly to flank an enemy position, surge forward through obstacles, or crucially for modern shoot-and-scoot tactics, quickly reverse back into cover before counter-battery fire can zero in on its position. And perhaps the biggest yet most overlooked quality of life upgrade for the crew is the shift to an automatic transmission and a steering wheel. Anyone who has studied legacy Soviet tanks knows that pulling traditional heavy steering tillers requires massive physical exertion and causes extreme driver fatigue. Imagine wrestling a heavy tractor for hours on end while getting shot at. By switching to a modern steering wheel and an auto gearbox, the driver's physical workload is cut in half. They don't have to worry about stalling the engine, manually clutching and slamming gears during high-stress combat maneuvers. It drives more like a heavy SUV. The driver can put 100% of their focus on reading the terrain, picking the safest route, and dodging incoming fire with the smoothness and responsiveness of a high-performance vehicle, keeping them sharp even during a grueling 12-hour combat shift. Up to this point, you can probably picture just how terrifying the T-90MS Tagil really is when all these systems work together in harmony. But to put things into perspective and give you a sense of the fiercely competitive global arms market, let's do what we do best on this channel. Let's compare the stats. I'm bringing in the VT4, also known as the MBT-3000 from China, as our primary challenger. Both of these are highly capable modern main battle tanks, fiercely focused on dominating the export market. They are direct head-to-head competitors, and their specifications are incredibly close. Let's break down the hard numbers and see what happens when the Russian beast faces off against the Chinese Steel Tiger. Looking at this table, the design philosophies of both nations reveal some fascinating strategic similarities and crucial differences. Starting with combat weight, the T-90MS is noticeably more agile, coming in about 4 tons lighter. That 48-ton mark is absolutely no accident. Russia specifically and strictly designs its tanks at this weight limit so they can easily cross standard rural bridges, load onto standard rail cars, and navigate the rough, muddy infrastructure found in Eastern Europe, Asia, and developing nations. Meanwhile, modern Western tanks like the Abrams or Leopard are often pushing past a sluggish 60 to 70 tons, creating logistical nightmares. The VT-4 is heavier at 52 tons, which clearly indicates thicker base composite armor, but it expertly compensates for that extra bulk with a slightly beefier 1,200 horsepower engine. So when it comes to raw mobility and sprinting across the battlefield, they are going to be practically neck and neck. It's also worth noting that both utilize fully automatic transmissions, proving that manual gearboxes are officially a thing of the past for modern mechanized warfare. When it comes to firepower, both nations chose the tried and true Eastern Standard 125mm smoothbore gun, and both have retained the deadly ability to fire guided missiles directly through the barrel. But the biggest differentiator and the biggest selling point is the protection systems. The T-90MS goes all in with the Relikt ERA, aggressively designed to physically break incoming threats and eliminate the deadly weaknesses of its past, paired with that crucial safer ammunition storage in the rear of the turret. The VT-4 is no slouch either, utilizing thick, complex FY4 modular armor that holds up incredibly well against modern anti-tank threats, leaning heavily on modern composite materials. In a real-world scenario, arguing whose armor is inherently tougher usually comes down to the exact angle of the impact and the specific, highly classified type of munition being fired at it. Finally, let's look at the ultimate deciding factor for any government, general, or military procurement officer: the price tag. Based on past procurement estimates and rough order of magnitude figures, the T-90MS averages around $4.5 million per unit. The VT-4, on the other hand, averages closer to $5.0 million per unit. A $500,000 difference per tank might not sound like a deal breaker at first glance, but that adds up to a massive amount of capital when you're buying a whole battalion of 40 or 50 tanks. That extra savings could buy a military fleet of logistical support trucks, thousands of rounds of ammunition, or a swarm of reconnaissance drones. These numbers show that Russia is selling battle-tested experience, heavily refined engineering, and reliable specs at a highly accessible, aggressive price point, aiming to attract their old global clients who are looking to modernize their aging fleets. Meanwhile, China is bringing fresh, out-of-the-box tech and a heavily packed modern electronics suite, but asking for a slightly higher premium for that digital edge. The bottom line is that the T-90MS Tagil isn't just another shiny product meant to pad out a Russian military export catalog. It is the direct culmination of expensive, brutal lessons paid for in blood over decades of conflict. It was completely rebuilt from the ground up to become one of the most balanced, survivable, and lethal killing machines in the world. It boasts proven rugged durability, devastating precision firepower, and tactical mobility that can handle any terrain. Even with the rapid rise in modern FPV drones and loitering munitions fundamentally changing the face of warfare, the main battle tank remains the tip of the spear, and the Tagil firmly holds its ground as a top-tier threat. If you or your military ever find yourself facing one on the battlefield, it is absolutely not an enemy you can afford to underestimate. So what do you guys think? After seeing the hardcore, heavily upgraded T-90MS and comparing it head-to-head with China's VT-4, where do you stand? Does Russia's gritty, real-world combat experience and the physically aggressive Relikt armor make it the better, more reliable choice for modern warfare? Or does China's brand-new technological approach and advanced sensor suite give the VT-4 the ultimate upper hand? Drop your tactical analysis and thoughts in the comments down below. I always love reading your perspectives and seeing the debates. And if you enjoyed this hard-hitting, in-depth dive into modern military hardware, be sure to hit that like button, share it with a friend, and subscribe to support the channel so we can keep bringing you these deep dives. That's all for today. I'm Mick, and I'll see you on the next battlefield.